Hiya folks, and welcome back to Sevtech Ages. So, we've got something missing here. I've been slowly working on a couple things off camera. Cauldron is now filled in, and I've started replacing the stone that was here with dirt, so that we can make this area a little more grassy, because I think that would be nice. Also, since I've got rid of that and everything was around here, I've also moved the storage. Storage has been moved. Oh, and there's the wedding gadget. The storage has been moved upstairs for now. This is also not its permanent home, but it's a heck of a lot tidier than it was. I think you'll agree. Also made a filtered hopper. This will come in handy later. I was trying something out here. Package, maybe? Crate? You can make crated things, like crated pork chops, oak wood planks, 8 pork, by putting a plank under there, but I believe this needs to be powered, so it wasn't functioning with me just testing it here. So yeah, everything's been tidied up, everything in its proper place, and a heck of a lot more copper chests as well. But yeah, so progress, huh? I don't actually know what we're doing today. We're in a bit of a funny spot in terms of where we're going and what we're doing, because we just broke into the new age, right? And really what I want to do is I want to start working on some things that I've been putting off in terms of the build or the base, right? Which are from age 2, and I've already started working on that, and I'll show you what I have done off camera, but I'm thinking about what we could do on camera. That's the difference. We've got all this stuff that we could start doing. We could go to the nether, and we may actually end up going to the nether because there's a couple of resources in the nether, namely netherrack and blaze rods and so on, that could make things a lot better for us in terms of accessing certain things. So this, it's not, I don't feel like it's finished yet. I feel like it needs some detailing. But this is the new windmill, and I want to remove this part of the hill because it doesn't make very much sense to have a windmill lower than a cliff. It would stop the airflow. So I kind of want to terraform this at some point and take out the top of this hill. But yeah, we're doing all this. These platforms, thank you very much. And here it's running, it's very loud. What are you currently grinding up? Shark's teeth, yes. Because you get a lot of shark's teeth getting lots of dirt. So we've got lots and lots of flour and bone meal, and that's all well and good. So this is the new mill. We can turn it off if we want. There it goes. And got this to access the products that it produces. Yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool and fun. And it's nice to have an actual dedicated mill now. As for the saw, because of course we need the saw, it's a little out of the way. You can see building off here in the distance. Or less of a building, more of a sheltered work site. This is our lumber mill. So I've got this giant fake saw that I built out of chisels and bits. And then we've got this, which is just a normal hopper. It's got a cover on it, as you can see, use chisels and bits. And I finally used the water mill we made ages ago, and I've created this kind of fake stream, like this fake spring of water, which is being used to power the lumber mill. I've also been very slowly, and I'll show you in a second, but I want to finish off here. Let me turn that on. On goes the saw. So in order to make this work and be as compact as it is, the mechanics actually go down, back, right, forward, and then up. So there's actually a lot more going on there than meets the eye. That's fine, but this saw is doing its work. And then this all used to be birch forest, but I cut it all down and replaced all the trees with ironwood, because I wanted to have kind of a thematic reason for why we have so much ironwood. Ironwood doesn't normally grow in forests in rustic, but as you can see, slowly replacing the birch around here with ironwood. And there's saplings all around that I've planted that haven't grown yet. But they'll eventually grow as we interact with this area, and we'll end up with a nice thick ironwood forest. That's a THICC for you. So yeah, lots of progress in terms of that sort of thing, and then I also have other things that I want to work on now, because we have access to that stuff in Age 3, and that is things like a blacksmith's, where we will have a crucible and bellows and that sort of thing. But we will need to go to the nether for that sort of thing, because we need to make oh yes, and we got some new armor on the live stream. I'll go over that in a second. We look at crucible. Yep, crucible. It's made in a kiln. I haven't made a kiln yet because it needs to be stoked, and the unstoked kiln is kind of how do I describe it? Niche at best. And then the unfired crucible, you make it on a turntable. We've already actually made a turntable before. So that's laying around in one of these crates somewhere. Anyway, it's turning 8. I'm going to sleep, and then we'll get the turntable going and start working on that whole affair. So during the live stream, I had to sacrifice my night metal armor because unfortunately one of the mods I had added to the old profile severely broke everything. You'll remember the recipe issues I was having that was unfortunately caused by a Tinker's what is this called? Constructs Armory add-on, which allowed me to make the armor out of the same stuff that I can make weapons out of. Unfortunately, a bit buggy, and unfortunately its bugs didn't just go away when it was uninstalled. Long story short, we reinstalled the profile, not on stream, and ended up having to make new armor. So I've got this silver and lead and bone armor now. It is considerably weaker. It's not 30 points of armor anymore. It's not even 20. It's 20 minus 3? 17 points of armor in total. But it's so much better, and I'll tell you why. Because of that one trait there in the list. You got blessed, skeletal, heavy, shielding, and reinforced 2, because I've been reinforcing it as it levels up. Heavy is amazing. Each piece of armor that has the heavy trait on it, this is granted by lead, means that knockback is reduced by 25%. So 4 pieces knockback is reduced by 100%. Get shot by a skeleton, you don't move at all, and we had a lot of fun with that on stream. So I love this new armor, even though it's slightly weaker, and I'm sure as we move along we'll replace things like the silver and the bone with more appropriate or more stronger materials. Anyway, we're going to work on a stoke kiln, which means we need bricks. We also need bellows. We should probably work on the bellows first. Bellows. I think this is going to be fun too, because a lot of people when they play Sevtech, they use other mods in order to make the stoke kiln work. I'm going to go old school and try and make it as better than wolves as I can, which means that we're going to use systems that already exist within Better with Mods, because Better with Mods is a rebuild of Better Than Wolves. But Better Than Wolves already had a system for creating timers and that sort of thing to make Bellows work. So anyway, Bellows. We need a couple of leather belts. Hang on. Yes, I did. Off stream, I had this memory of making this this item, and I did. It was right here. Bellows. We've already made it. Well, I've already made it. Wet tan hide, 2 leather belts, wooden gear, and 3 oak siding. So that takes care of that. Spring action bellows. We'll get to that eventually, I'm sure. But we, for now, just need some bellows. And we also need some bricks. So let's find the clay wherever I've put the clay. Somewhere. Alright. Either I'm extremely blind or I actually don't have any clay. I'm going to go hunting for some clay. I'll be right back. Alright, I've got my clay. I've got plenty now. More than enough for what we need. Gotta clean these up at some point. Not right now. But I just came back because I wanted to mention that I've changed my tools over to having steel leaf. You'll recall that I didn't want to put steel leaf on because I thought that steel leaf was limited and would be hard to get more of it without just going from dungeon to dungeon. I fundamentally misunderstood steel leaf. I thought that the actual steel leaf, this stuff, would get used up in the process of your tools being damaged, but that is not the case. Each piece of steel leaf in your action bar increases the rate of repair, but doesn't actually use the steel leaf at all. So I've replaced all the tool rods on my tools with steel leaf so that when I dig something up, it basically immediately repairs itself. It's a bit silly, but I'm okay with that. Go away. Scaffolding. Yeah, so thank you again to the, and I've already forgotten your name, I'm very, very sorry. Thank you to the person who suggested steel leaf originally, and to everyone else who's continued to suggest steel leaf and corrected me on my misconception about it. It's great. So, lots of clay. We basically just need to throw this in an oven, which we have. We have a great big oven over here. And we will need at least 5. But we have plenty, so I should probably just throw... Yeah, I'm just going to throw a couple of stacks in there. Good stuff. Why are you not... Item cannot be cooked. Oh. Oh. Here's me fundamentally misunderstanding something else. Brick. Brick is made in an stoke kiln? No, that's not. Doesn't make any sense. Casting. We have to cast our first bricks, or make it in a clay kiln. The old school clay kiln. Oh, I just like the old school clay kiln. Especially because it breaks when you harvest it. Okay. Clay kiln. How do we make you? Need a stone slab of some kind, and... Alright, I'm gonna get this made and then I'll be back. Alright, I return briefly. I have all the components I think I need to have this work nice. Chest. Flame-grilled whopper. I hope this flame-grilled whopper will actually cook this kiln. Shall see. Don't mind this, by the way. I just need a way to empty it because it has 14 buckets of starlight in it. It worked. Hooray. Put put you on there. And this is going to be temporary. Very, very temporary. Oops. What am I doing? There we go. 2 stacks. Actually. Yeah. There we go. Now it's 2 stacks. And we will slowly get bricks. And I'm going to need to wait until we get all those bricks. So then I will be back. You know what? I'm already back. I realized something. Do we have a flint and steel? Not. We need to go to the nether. And the reason we need to go to the nether is so that we can get netherrack, so that we can start processing the netherrack. So that we can create a hibachi. Because if we are going to have stoked kiln, we need a hibachi. Because you cannot stoke normal flames, you can only stoke flames from a hibachi. And we need this concentrated hellfire, which is made from hellfire dust, which you get from a filtered hopper by putting ground netherrack in there. And we need to actually like go to the nether and mine netherrack of all things. But this is part of the reason why being in Age 3 is great, because we can do that stuff now. I need some flint. Because the flint and steel recipe is the same, I think. It is. Grand and great. Have a portal all ready for us. I'm actually going to end up knocking down this portal, I think. Just because of its location being kind of not great. We got another one over there anyway. This is our closest one. It would get in the way of building the Oracle's Tower, whatever we end up calling this. There we go. Now we can enter the nether, and we shall enter the nether. Okay, I think it's safe. And by safe, I mean you guys got to skip that bit. I almost thought Minecraft had crashed. The nether took an awful long time to load. I am being slowly pushed. Oh, right, this stuff. Now, nether portal is by one of my most hated netherx biomes. It's a beautiful biome, don't get me wrong. But to play in this biome is awful. There are spore creepers, and spore creepers are the worst. Like, legitimately the worst. They blow up, and they spore you, and those spores plant more spores, which turn into more spore creepers. Excuse me. There we go. Which turn into more spore creepers, which also blow up, which spore you again, etc, etc. It's a perpetual cycle of hate and anger. But, yeah, we're here for netherrack. And here I am mining quartz. I'm sure we can find a use for this quartz. Darkosto has probably integrated quartz into this process somehow. We may as well grab it while we're here. I'm being slowly pushed around by, the grass, which is from, Primal? Yeah. It's an Urcilium. You can't stand in it. It will slowly push you out of it. I am not touching anything right now. Yeah, it's really annoying stuff. And it grows virulently, which is great. I mean, it looks great, but it still grows virulently, so, you know, take it or leave it. Anyway, netherrack. I'm gonna mine some netherrack. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back with 4 stacks netherrack, which should be enough to get us started. 8 per hellfire. Hellfire. It is 8, yes. So we need at least 3. We're gonna have more than that, but it's a good thing we have this mill so far away from everything, because and believe it or not, it's because of that that I decided to be more motivated about building the mill, because I knew that was coming. Now, I could use a sound filter, Don't get me wrong, sound filters are great, but I kind of feel like it's part of the experience. So, we've got a mill now, and that mill will save our precious ears from the hell that is screaming gas noises from grounding netherrack. But yeah, I have to ground up a bunch of that until I have... Where am I keeping flesh these days? Might be in the cart still. Yeah, still in the cart. Yeah, and so stuff and things, my dudes. I can't remember what my train of thought was, I'm sorry. But now we also need to make hibachi. We need to make heating elements, which is going to require blaze powder. So we do need to go back into the nether, and I think we'll make a good thing to end the episode on is getting some blaze powder. So these can stay in here, and I'll see you in the nether. Alright, so we're back in the nether. Where do you think they keep blazes these days? Do they spawn naturally thanks to Quark, or we're going to have to find a fortress? These questions and more. We might have to find a fortress, which means I should probably do this. Portal. So that we do not lose our way. Not that I'm particularly likely to lose my way, but I have the scout's memory, the century, but excuse me. See how not being knocked around is so... Wow, alright, that was going to be fun. It's so conducive to fighting better. Don't need to recenter your aim. Excuse me, Ember. Those embers are very cute. Dangerous, but cute. They're not that dangerous, actually. They don't do that much damage. But they're just cute. Hello, Heat Scar Mother. Hello, Heat Scar babies. So, Natura for you. Never really been fond of Natura, I'll say it. And it's mostly because I think the textures suck. If the art was a bit better, and sorry to whoever did the art, I would probably like it a lot more. But as it stands, I feel like it's a bit outdated. I think it's dev art rather than pixel art. I guess heat scars are everywhere. I don't remember them being quite so common. I love Netherrax. Netherrax is fantastic. It just creates different biomes in the nether while not straying too far from the design of the nether. We end up... Oh, we need this for an achievement. Yeah, there we go. So everything looks like it's in its proper place. Even the hell has frozen over biome, which we cannot see from here, looks like it belongs, which is really hard to pull off. Got this fungus biome. This one in particular is as if the nether wasn't fiery enough. This is a more fiery nether biome. Trying to get good looks at these lakes because they... Aha, see? Because they often betray nether fortresses, which is what we're after. Ow. I am on fire. And not in a good way. Okay, so... some of the Cinerus. So you got the Equistium Cinerus Cilium, and then you've got the Cinerus Bloom. Cinerus Bloom can set you on fire. It just hides amongst the normal Cinerus. And with the pixelated particles that this pack has, it makes them harder to see. When you're on the move, anyway. Doing pretty good at dodging them when I'm walking. Hello, Heat Sky Spider. Out. Back. Bad. Banned. Cancelled. The event is over. Go home. No birthday cake. Great. And that's the one bad thing about this armor, is it's very easily damaged, and that's mostly because it's made of silver and lead, which does not have a fantastic amount of durability, but I'm sure we'll solve that soon. Hello, lava monsters! You're not so bad. You used to be a lot worse. That's salt, by the way. We're not in real need of salt, so I'm not bothering with it. Looks cool, though. Heat scars are everywhere. I feel like the spawn rate was increased. Or were they always this common and I've just kind of blocked it out? Let me know in the comments below. Like, comment, and subscribe. I feel so awkward doing that. Look, I get it, YouTube's a business, and I shouldn't feel awkward about doing that because YouTube's a business, but I still do. It feels petty. No? Feels petty. But sometimes people just need a reminder. I'm a perfect example of that. I often need reminding of very simple things. I often need reminding to just like a video if I liked it. So I get it. It's just... I don't know. I guess I don't know what I'm trying to say. I guess in a perfect world we wouldn't need reminding, but sometimes we do. And some people can be appreciative of that. That's why I'm on fire. And some people are not appreciative of that, and I tend to fall on the both. On the both side. Excuse me, Ember. Get out of here. Out. Bad. Stop setting me on fire. Okay, in the fortress. Blazes. Let's equip ourselves with something that's a little more blaze friendly. That tribo is running out of durability. That's okay. We only need it for a little while. And then we'll make our own. Wow, there's too many things. I'd like this area clear so that I can comfortably snipe at the blazes without much ado about nothing. Okay, goodbye. Removed, cancelled, etc. So. Well, all the blazes disappeared, so we're gonna do this the old-fashioned way. Or are we? Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Where is it? Where is it? It's in here somewhere. I didn't bring an arrow. That's a problem. Well... I mean, we can still just go toe-to-toe with them. It's less efficient and potentially gets us real hurt real fast, but I don't really have a choice. Came all this way. Hello? Nope. I know there's ones on top, but don't see a way up there other than to dig. I'm not gonna dig if I don't have to. Ooh, yes! This is a big deal. We can finally potions. Ooh, my friend. Wow. Okay. That was some entity lag. I'm okay with that. I think. Maybe. Eat a tomato. Eat a tomato. Okay. These lazy boys. They're in here somewhere. Why? Why? You are not welcome. You are not what I'm after. And you just happen to be everywhere at the moment. Suffer. Suffer. Right. Don't worry, I'm not that mean to real things. I only want digital things to suffer. Yep. Oh. All going wrong. Right. I mean, I hear you, but I don't... Are you in here? Right. And there's nothing in the chest. The chests just don't have loot. Age 0 to 3, they just don't have loot. I've not found a single chest with loot in it. Not once, not ever. I guess the loot tables have just been removed? Or maybe they only appear in, like, really late stages? I'm not entirely sure. But need to go up here. And fortress. Because I think we have enough blaze powder for now. 12 will do us just fine. Let's get the heckers out of here. Look, this is the year of the heat spider, apparently. Heat scar. My bad. Removed. Okay. Gone. Be gone. Now I know we're going home in a different direction, but I'm just trying to be clever about things. Although clever could get me lost, so you know. Oh, we're over there, I think. If we go this way, should be good. Watch out for holes in the ground, because you're in a fiery netherrack biome, and that could just lead to falling in a lava lake and not being able to get out and dying. Pretty awful way to go. Am I even going the right way? I think so. Yeah, it's the portal up there. I'm looking at my map, by the way, if you're wondering why I'm moving around like a something. Like a something. Yes, I was going the right way. See, you've made me doubt myself, guys, and you didn't even say anything. Shush. Doubting myself. I don't doubt myself. Only people doubt me. You're psychically sending me doubt messages from the future. Out of here, Amber. I saw you. Think you're clever? You are not. You are an ember. Right. So. Yup. Be gone. Seriously, these guys. I don't remember falling off this giant cliff, but maybe we did. that's a bad sign. We can fight a boss if we want. Yup, that's a thing. Hello, Enderman. Okay. Oh, yes, we didn't come up here. Oh, another Enderman. That one's less accessible, so I'm not going to bother. I only killed... Oh, yep, there it is. I only killed the other one because of how readily available he was. I very much considered not killing him at all. I am the queen of this place. I will do as I please. Okay, so we need to make heating element. I'm going to make one for now. And we need some fibers. So those three... Oh, we're good. We're gonna have to make this in the cauldron. Of course, the cauldron has no fire right now. That's fine. We have netherrack. Spiders are just... that's it. I'm naming this episode Spiders. How it is. It's just how it is. So, something some people don't understand about Better with Mods cauldrons is the more fires, up to 9, that you have under a cauldron, the faster it works. And I noticed not a lot of people knew that from watching Direwolf's video. So if you've ever wondered why I had specifically 9 fires under this thing, now you know. Very, very useful to do that. Goes so much faster. Now we have a heating element. So it's probably going on a bit long, but I figure we'll finish this thing by creating hibachi, actually. What is this? Innocent. That'll do, pig, that'll do. Right, so we have a filtered hopper upstairs, which we need to grab and then hook that back into the system of mechanical power, because that's another thing we want to avoid. If you put... So, using ground netherrack, you can put it into a filtered hopper with soul sand as a filter, and you will get hellfire dust. If you do this without the filter being powered, it will spawn a ghast after you throw in 8 ground netherrack. So don't do it. Just hook this thing up to some axles and you will be a lot happier that you did. Because ghasts in the overworld, that's a paddling. I think we do. Maybe tricky, we'll see. I can't remember what my axles look like over at the because we're just going to temporarily plug this into the same place that we had the old mill and the saw. Can't remember what configuration our axles are in. Okay, it'll be fine. We're gonna take you out. I'm gonna stick an axle here. I'm gonna put the filtered hopper. It has to be powered from the side. It cannot be powered from the top or the bottom. And then throw... You powered? Yes. This gear is full, you've powered it. Throw the ground netherrack in. And we get ground netherrack out because I forgot to put the soul sand in. Okay. I ended up getting the soul stone... Soul stone? Soul sand from the Nether Fortress, after all. Excuse me, that is not the fish I want to eat. Fish spawn in the aqueduct, so sometimes I get free fish. Fiend. And you, come on. Back. Back, I say. Right. Now, if we go to this interface, put the soul sand in the top, and now we throw the netherrack in. Get hellfire dust. Right. And I'm going to leave the actual hibachi building for next episode because we are running long. So, in goes the hellfire dust. Hellfire ingot. We win! Okay, thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.